Lash babes, and welcome to Opulent Lash class. Okay, today we are going to cover the first thing you need to know when wanting to start or starting your lash career. Throughout this online free course series, we are going to cover everything lashes hands down. So if you are interested in becoming a lash artist, or maybe you've already started and didn't feel like the class that you took gave enough information, hit that subscribe button, stick around, because things are going to get very, very detailed, and I'm sure you'll learn something that you never knew before. So, first and foremost, why do we have lashes? The main function of our eyelashes is to protect our eyes from any irritation and debris. So irritants and debris can be dust, can be particles that are floating around in the air that we do not see on a daily basis. It can be water, it can be anything of that nature. So our eyelashes are there to catch that stuff and protect our eyes from it. This is important because you're gonna wanna know these things so that you can explain to your clients not only why it's very important to wash their lashes, but also why feels are necessary. Our eyelashes catch most dust and debris in the air before it reaches our eyes. So if you get something in your eye, it's because your eyelashes didn't do their job. With that being said, rule number one is always clean your lash extensions. It is very, very important that us as artists are giving our clients the information that they need so that they can have continuously healthy growing lashes, and we can have continuous clients, because we need them to have lashes for us to be able to lash them. So keeping the lashes clean is the number one step to best retention, continuously healthy growing lashes, all of the above. So that brings me to how our lashes grow. Your eyelashes have between 90 to 150 eyelashes that grow on each of your upper eyelids, and 35 to 45 on your lower lids. You might be able to enhance that a little bit with the lash growth serum. That's neither here nor there. On average, the length of an eyelash is 10 millimeters to 11 millimeters. But let me add something in there. I've seen in a lot of my clients that are Middle Eastern or Hispanic, their natural eyelashes can range anywhere from 11 millimeters to 15 millimeters for their natural lash. So just keep in mind that it does change depending on the client. When lashes fall out, they will soon be replaced. So let's talk about the 3 stages of growth. So your 3 stages of lash growth are what we're going to cover on the next slide. Keep in mind that we already said lashes each have their own growth cycle. I don't think we already said that, but let's rewind a little bit. Our lashes all grow in different lash cycles. No one person on earth has lashes that are all in the same cycle at the same time. So just keep that in mind for what's to come. This means that each lash can be in any of those growth stages, which is why later on in these courses you will learn why isolation is very, very important. Okay? So here are the 3 stages of lash growth. In the SD world, we like to call this ACT. We have anagen, catagen, telogen stage. Your anagen stage is the active growth phase. A little less than half of our upper eyelashes are in an active growth phase at any one time. Eyelashes have very short active growth phases that will last about 30 to 45 days, which is why they are so much shorter than the hairs on our head. Because in these stages, they're growing, and then they stop. And they're stagnant, and then it's time for a new one to come and push that old one out so that it can grow and grow and grow again until it stops and becomes stagnant. So, with that being said, the active growth phase it's a very important phase because we need that phase in order for us to continuously have lashes. Our catagen stage, this is the transition at the end of the anagen stage. The hair is no longer actively growing. This stage lasts about 2 to 3 weeks. So keep in mind, this is why 2 to 3 week fills are your most booked fills. You may have some 1 week clients depending on their lifestyle. You may have some clients, I've had them go as long as 8 weeks. But for the most part, you're going to be bringing in clients that are going to need a fill every 2 to 3 weeks, especially the ones who have fast hair growth. Okay, so now that brings me to our last stage, which is the telogen stage. This is the resting phase, which means the lash is ready to rest until it's time for it to fall out and be replaced. So with that being said, this new hair will eventually, this is very blurry at the bottom. Let's see if we can fix that a little bit. I think I'm making it worse. Yeah, I'm making it worse. Okay, so all that means is that the new hair is eventually gonna come. This can last over 100 days before the eyelash falls out. Under the resting lash, a new lash hair is forming in that anagen stage. This new hair will eventually push the old hair out. On average, we lose about 1 to 4 lashes each day. That's another thing to keep in mind, and this is important to know because your clients are going to want to know, and you're going to have to make sure that they understand the lash growth cycle and why our lashes fall out, and that it's okay that their lashes are falling out. It's natural, because if they don't understand that, I promise you they're gonna think that your work is horrible, your retention is horrible, and you cannot get lashes to last. Your lashes, your lash extensions that are attached to your lashes are supposed to come out regularly. We lose 1 to 4 of them a day, which means they will need a fill in about 2 to 3 weeks, especially if they're doing a classic, soft volume, or volume set. Mega volumes last a little bit longer because there's so many lashes in that style, but those other styles will need a fill. So you want to make sure that you can explain this thoroughly to your client so that they can have an understanding and they can know how this works and what they're spending their money on. So now, here's a photo of the different stages of lash growth. Here, we have our anagen stage, we have our anagen stage. This is where you are actively growing. That hair follicle is still attached to the papilla bulb down here. The papilla bulb is very important, and before I wrap this video up, we're gonna talk about that, okay? And then we have the catagen stage. It has detached from the papilla bulb, and now it has grown to its full potential. We have the telogen stage. That hair is now resting at its full potential. These are the hairs we love to put lashes on, the ones that are in the telogen stage. And then underneath here, we are returning to the anagen stage. That new hair is growing through, attached to that papilla bulb still, and it is going to eventually grow, push that old hair out, and this old hair is gonna go with the lash extension. So now, before I end the video, let me explain to you guys. Let's hit the lights. I don't want to make my videos too long ever because I don't want you guys to get bored while I am teaching you guys all this free information. But let me tell you guys why. We're just going to recap a couple of reasons why it is very, very important that we know how these lashes grow and why they are here. So, that papilla bulb, we need that bulb. We absolutely need this bulb right here. This is important. Okay, this is very, very important, because if you do not have this bulb, you no longer can grow lashes. It's important that we isolate, and we will get to that in our next video, because when you do not isolate, you put this bulb at risk of being ripped out during the growth phase. Okay, so that's one of the recap. Two, before I move on to two, I just want one more time. This is very important. We need this bulb. People who do not have lashes, it's because their papilla bulb is no longer existing. That is not good. If you do not have this bulb, your hair follicles cannot grow. So we want to make sure that we take care of what we don't see underneath, or we will not have clients, okay? This is important to know, because your clients, you're going, in your history of lashing, you're gonna have that client that comes in and that says, I know I don't have a lot of lashes, but can you fill it up? Can you just apply it to my lid? Never. No. Getting those nail shop lashes that were clusters back in the day when that was popular, and they lasted 2-3 months because they're all stuck together and they're all stuck on your skin. Those lashes were the root cause of why this bulb does not exist, and a lot of our elder clients that want lashes but cannot get lashes because they used to get those nail shop lashes, and now their papilla bulb is gone from being ripped out because there was no isolation with those lashes, and now they are no longer able to get extensions. But we have other alternatives for them, like lash tabbing or strip lashes, but they cannot get extensions. They simply do not have the hair for it. Okay, so that's one. Two, we want to make sure that our clients understand that the lashes are going to fall out. Natural lashes are going to fall out. Your lashes, it's inevitable. Everyone's lashes fall out. So with that being said, you need to make sure that you explain to your client that on average, we lose 1 to 6 lashes a day. 1 to 6 a day. With us losing 1 to 6 lashes a day, you are most likely going to, on average, need a fill within 2 to 3 weeks. With that being said, it is perfectly normal for you to see one of your natural lashes attached to one lash extension when they fall out. A lot of people will get scared if they do not know, and if they have not been taught that their natural lashes are going to shed 1 to 6 a day. And with that being said, with perfect isolation and placement, you're going to lose that one natural lash when you lose that lash extension, because the retention is so good, your lashes are falling out with the person's natural lash. Why? Because the 3 stages of hair growth. Lash growth, 3 stages. So with that being said, that takes us back to what those 3 stages are. ACT. Anagen, catagen, telogen. If your client understands this, you will not have any issues with them wondering why their lashes are shedding, especially the ones who come from the nail shop lash lifestyle. They're gonna wanna know, why is this coming out in 2 to 3 weeks? My lashes used to last me 2 to 3 months. If you explain, I'm a professional, I do lash extensions, this is how the lash growth cycle works. Your lashes are naturally going to come out, and when they come out, your extension is going to go with them because you have amazing retention. As long as you don't see multiple lashes to one extension, I'm doing my job amazing, and your new lashes are growing in so that you can come get a feel. We'll fill you right on up, but that is exactly how that is supposed to be happening. And they will appreciate you for all this knowledge. Don't ever be scared to tell someone how the lash cycle works, because once they understand, they are going to fall in love with the service. They're going to want to continue the service. And not only that, the more information you give your clients, the more honest and upfront you are with them, they will not leave you. They will stay with you forever. Trust me, I've had clients who have been with me from the bottom up because I explained to them, and now we've gone from horrible retention to amazing retention, and they love it here, and they refer people, and they've turned into family. So making sure that you understand this is key. That's the first step. So I'm gonna wrap this first video up with the recap. If you guys have any questions, you can always feel free to comment them down below. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. DMs do get answered pretty fast over there. So if your YouTube question hasn't been answered within a week, you can always feel free to DM us over at Opulent Lash Bar. Also follow us on TikTok for a lot of short clips, hands-on, free knowledge there as well. That is also Opulent Lash Bar. Everything will be linked down below. And I look forward to seeing you guys throughout this free course, and I hope that my course will be able to reach people who need and want the information and help you continue to grow in this industry. Don't get discouraged. It's all a learning process. My first ever set took me 6.5 hours. Now I do lashes within an hour and a half, sometimes as little as an hour. We're going to talk about that in a few videos along the way, because I hear a lot of chatter in the lash industry about hour sets and this and that. It's very possible, and it's possible to do it, perfect it, get good retention, and remain and keep the lashes remaining healthy. So with all that being said, thank you guys for tuning in to our first episode of free online lash class with Opulent Lash Bar, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye now.